And good morning. Ooh, got the wrong graphics already popping up. That's a great way to start the day. It is a Monday morning. Welcome to Forged with Fire. My name is Spencer Ray, aka Fire Squasher 357, thus Forged with Fire. This is where I just kind of talk about life lessons and leadership for men, or just learning from my dumb mistakes as a husband, father, and man. You know, everybody hopefully can learn something from me because I've I've made a lot of mistakes in my life. So, you know, cheers to you guys that are up early this morning or watching this later on YouTube. Grab a cup of coffee. Enjoy yourself if you don't like coffee. You enjoy tea, whatever. Glad you're here. Glad you're listening. I really appreciate it. I want to say thanks to everybody that does actually watch the stream or jump on YouTube and follow me. So I'll just start out here at the beginning. Before we get into it, please like, share, or subscribe Twitch channel, Fire Squasher 357, or on Facebook or YouTube, Forged with Fire, Instagram, forged.with.fire. Let's see, what else do I got out there? You can send me an email. Like the wrong graphic that popped up at the beginning. You can send us an email with questions, comments, concerns, any topics you want to hear us talk about, forgedwithfireonline@gmail.com. So, welcome to Monday, gentlemen, folks, whoever's watching this. Man, out of practice. Was in the office last week, so I didn't get a chance. I have to leave early to get to the office, so I really didn't get a chance to do the podcast last week. But it's fun to be back, fun to laugh at myself, fun to make mistakes, and hopefully get somebody else to learn from it. Kind of had one of those weekends where it's Mother's Day weekend. Didn't get a lot of time to go and watch a lot of sports. Watched some racing yesterday. Recorded Formula One and watched most of NASCAR at Darlington because Darlington's actually a fun track to watch. Just because the cars slide around so much and most of them end up hitting the wall and getting what they call a Darlington stripe. So it was an all right race. It was actually, instead of having somebody take off and run away with it, they actually had a pretty good race, fighting for the lead almost all the way down to the final lap. So Formula One, they were in Spain. Hamilton got his 100th pole, which is, out of this world for that. And then came down to a strategy of, who ended up winning. So it was Spain. Spain is known to be a little bit more of a boring race for F1. So anyway, that's the top of my sports list for this weekend. Like I said, we're cutting back on the sports just so I can spend more time with family instead of trying to stay caught up with basketball, baseball, football, racing. If I've got time to watch something, I will. But I realized I've got to focus on my family while I just play around and do this. Sit here and talk and ramble on while you guys try to listen to me. But yeah, so guys, if you didn't hug your mom really big yesterday, or didn't call her, or send her happy Mother's Day message, send her one today. Apologize for being a failure at life. No, I'm just kidding. But I would send her one today and just say, hey, sorry I missed Mother's Day yesterday. Hug her big. Give her a big bear hug. Mom's always like that, even if you're grown and bigger and taller than her, like I am with my mom. I'm like 10 inches taller than my mom, so give her a big bear hug when I see her. Didn't get to see her yesterday, but we called and messaged and got to talk to her. But I was messing around taking care of my wife, making sure she wasn't up on her feet doing stuff all day. Yeah, so if you're married, guys, and have kids, you really should have spoiled your wife yesterday. And I mean really should have spoiled your wife yesterday. Yeah, that's all there is to it. And if you're not, come on, guys, pick up the game. It's time to be a better husband. So anyway, I'm just rambling this morning. Really, the one topic that kind of came to to my mind this last week while I was in the office that wanted to talk about, and I didn't get any scriptures, put up on graphics because it takes a few minutes, but got to thinking about having toxic people in your life. You know what? I've talked about community quite a bit, maybe too much. Um, but we've all got, I don't care who you are, we've all got toxic people in our life, whether it's at work, if there's people in our family or in our church, or there's going to be toxic people everywhere. But the question is how much do you let them pour poison into your life? And how much do you let them affect your life? Because this is going to sound insensitive right off the get go. They don't control your life, and what toxic people think shouldn't matter to you. It really shouldn't matter to you. Um, you really should. I hate to say avoid, but you need to be an influencer for toxic people. You need to be a positive force in their life. Um, yeah, I don't know. There's things I want to say that would be politically incorrect. That might get me put in YouTube or Facebook jail, or kicked off Twitch for a certain amount of time, just because toxic people to me are stupid. Serious. If all you ever do is spit poison and venom out into the world, um, it won't make the world any better. It really doesn't. It just makes things worse. And there's a great quote. It's and I'm gonna forget it. I'm gonna mess it up. But it basically says, let me back up here. Having toxic people in your life that you're mad at, that you hate being around, that you hate those people. Um, excuse me, and always being mad or upset at them. It's like drinking poison and expecting the other person to get sick. I mean, really, if you've got hate, if you're constantly mad at somebody, if you just loathe them, or if they've done you wrong and you're holding on to that hurt and that offense, to where every time you see them, all you want to do is punch them in the face. Yeah, that's what it's like. It's like drinking poison and expecting them to get sick. Because honestly, and there was a study done on this. It was a study done in churches, so it was a Christian study, that it was like 75% of the time, the person that's offended you, that you're holding on to this, that toxic person that you're holding on to this offense, and, they hurt me, they've done me wrong. Every time I'm around them, all they do is do me wrong, 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 and you really don't need to have them in your life anyway. Um, 75% of the time, the person that's offended you, that you're so mad at, that you're letting them ruin your life, they don't even know that you're mad at them. They don't even remember what happened, and it may have been something that it was nothing to them. They didn't think about it. Yeah, that's insensitive. Yeah, that's a little bit of being a jerk and all of that. But you're the one holding on to it. They may not even remember. So why are you holding on to it? Why do we hold on to offense? That's a very good question that I really don't have an answer for, because I used to hold on to it a lot. Um, I've it's taken it's taken some years to learn how to let go of some offenses, let go of anger and hate. Not really hate, but just anger of, you did me wrong. I don't know why you did me wrong. I don't like that you did me wrong. And just every time you see people, you put on a mask and you're nice and cordial, but inside you're like, I just want to. But anyway, you're only hurting yourself when you do that. So, first, for today, lesson number one, point number one, whatever you want to call it, let go of the offense, guys. Um, Get rid of the negativity. You don't really need the negativity in your life. You need some positivity in your life. Um, get people around you that will, when you're ticked off about something like this, they'll actually look from the outside in instead of, you know, they'll actually hold you accountable and look from the outside in and say, "Listen, this is nothing. Don't let uh, don't let these people um, don't let these people ruin your life." Hey, I just got invited to a bonfire. That's nice. Sweet. Hey, let's burn something. Anyway, get people around you that whenever you're having these moments that they're gonna be like, listen, don't let these people that are ruining your life. Don't let them do it. Um, get them out of your life unless you feel like you can make a positive impact on that person's life and end up having a positive relationship. Um, you may have to make some tough decisions and get people out of your life. Um, yeah, it's not easy. It's not easy. Which brings me to the second part of this. Get people that will, and I know, like I said, I know I've probably really beat a dead horse, I guess you could call it, because that's the saying. Excuse me. Um, get people in your life that will lift you up. I know I've said it before. Get people that are farther along in life than you, whether it's career wise, whether um, if you're a believer or a person of faith, somebody that's more deep, more studied in your faith. If you're a Christian, somebody that is rock solid in their foundation of faith, knows the Bible, understands doctrine. Big word if you don't understand that one. Um, just surround yourself with people that are going to make a positive impact on your life, and that you can go to them. And as men, we really need to have other men that will hold us accountable and tell us when we're being stupid. Fortunately, I've got a few of those. Like I said, because this is all about me and learning from my stupidity. Uh, but gotta have those guys that are going to, breathe life into you, bring positivity, especially when you can't get out of your own head. I think that's one part that a lot of us guys struggle with is we get a lot of stuff in our own heads, and 95% of the struggles that men have are made up in their head. I mean, really, maybe not be a full 95%, but there was studies about that, men and women, that 95% of the issues and struggles that we face in life, and it was most 90, 80 still. Most of the issues we have in life and struggles that we have in life are things that we've made up in our heads that absolutely nobody else knows what's going on, because it's all in your head. So make sure you got the guys around you that are going to be able to come to you whenever there's something wrong, or you can go to them when there's something wrong, and you can be like, "Hey, what's going on?" And they'll be able to set you straight and be like, "Dude, it's in your head. There's nothing going on. You've made most of this up. Yeah, there might be a tiny issue there, but you've taken what was this big and turned it into a mountain." So, you know, get yourself surrounded in a community, and that's where this is all going. Is get yourself a community of men that one will pour life into you, and I mean when I say pour life, pour positivity into you. Will keep you, but will also keep you grounded, keep you accountable for things. If you're married, have kids, that they will be like, hey, you're not treating your wife right. Hey, you're spending too much time doing A, B, or C instead of spending time with your wife and kids or kids. Um, those guys that will really just come in and say, hey, you're not knocking it out of the park this week, but if you do, they can come to you and say, hey, dude, you're doing awesome. What are you doing that I can do in my life? And that's the other half of the community you need to have, is guys that are not going to drag you down. You don't want to let them drag you down into things that are going to ruin your life or pull you away from your family, cause separation between you and your spouse or your kids or whoever is important in your life. You don't want them to be able to pull you down. That's why you got to have the guys that are going to pull you up. but you want to be able to reach down and pull guys up with you. It's just let's grow. Let's all keep growing together. So make sure you got that community around you. I know we're on Twitch, we're on a gaming platform, and there's so much negativity on gaming. Um, One thing you'll probably notice if you've watched many of my streams or been on YouTube and watched the podcast there is I don't use swear words. I don't curse. I was a firefighter for almost 20 years between volunteer and career. And if you've ever been around a firefighter, yeah, we curse a lot. And when I was at the firehouse or, on calls, yeah, they came out. Um, but I got around a group of guys that were um, that saw the mess that I was in during that time and the negativity. And one of the things that was pointed out to me was my mouth. And so I cleaned it up. I don't like using curse words. The F word, that 4-letter F word that everybody loves to use on gaming platforms, especially when they're talking about somebody else's mom, I'm sorry, that is the dumbest word in the English language. If you have to use that word in every sentence, you really need to go get some education. Um, because you're allowing other people to pull you down. Um, it doesn't elevate you any higher. I'm sorry. You're not going to become Ryan Reynolds by using the F word in every sentence just because he uses it in movies. But anyway, I'll stop my rant there. God bless you. It's just I don't know, man. You gotta have the guys around you that, like I said, they're gonna hold you accountable. They're gonna pull you up. They're gonna make you better, but you need to pull the guys along and make them better behind you. And that's kind of why I do this. I do it for fun. I'm never gonna make a bunch of money doing this. I'm probably never gonna have 1 million followers doing this. I'd like to get a few more, but it is what it is. But be better. Have guys that'll help you be better, and then bring guys along and make them better. Just get that community, get a strong male community. If you're, guys that are watching this, get a strong male community around you. If there's any ladies watching this, even though I talk more towards guys because I am a guy, get a strong community of ladies around you that are going to pull you up, make you stronger. And I hate to use the word better because that gets such a negative connotation of, oh, you're saying that what I am is horrible. No. We should all strive to be more than we are. I think every human being, especially men, have just a drive to be more than what we are, and sometimes we allow the culture around us to either hold us in place or pull us backwards. Because right now, either A, we're afraid of being canceled, or B, we're just afraid we're not going to live up to what culture wants us to be, so we might as well just stay where we're at and never grow. And if you're not moving forward, you're moving backward. If you're not living, you're dying. I can bring up all kinds of movie cliches because for some reason I can remember movie lines. So anyway, keep growing, guys. Get community. You need community? Heck, I'll be your community. Reach out to me. I said I'll pull this thing back up. You can email me, forgedwithfireonline@gmail.com. Questions, comments, concerns, anything else you want to hear us talk about, I'd be happy to talk about it. Anything. I'll tell you about places I've screwed up, personal life. And if I don't have an answer, like I said, I know how to do research. I know how to read, and I've got a great group of guys that are farther along in life than me that I can go to and talk and discuss with and get answers and talk about it on here. But, like I said, contact me, follow me, subscribe. I'm also on Discord now. I guess I could have put that up there. I'm Discord Fire Squasher 357. I'll get in a group with you. I'll help keep you accountable. There's nothing wrong with growing community. So, but get that group of community around you guys, and just grow. keep growing. Don't stop. Grow. Be better. Like I said, there's nothing wrong where you're at now, unless you're in a really bad place personally where you're struggling, and you feel like there's something wrong and you need more. Which in that case, I'd tell you to find a good counselor, find a good church, find a good group of people that can immediately start helping you. But just don't stop. The world needs men that will stand up and be men right now. And I know this is an unpopular opinion, but the only toxic masculinity out there right now, really, other than abusive men, is no masculinity. We need masculine men to step up and show the world what's right and what's wrong, how others should be treated, no matter their race, creed, color, religion, orientation, anything. We need men to step up and be men and show the world what's right and wrong. And we as men have sat down for too long and just said, they don't like what I'm saying, so I'm just not going to say anything. So here I am saying something. Guys, I love you. Again, give me a like, follow, subscribe. Facebook, YouTube, Forged with Fire. Instagram, forged.with.fire. Or you can email forgedwithfireonline, one word, forgedwithfireonline@gmail.com. With any questions, comments, concerns, or topics that you want to talk about. And yeah, thanks guys for watching. I can't wait to talk to you next time. See ya.